I'm Eric Law. I went to the University of Denver and I played professional lacrosse for the Denver Outlaws. This is the UA Command 2.0. I really like the new design of the thinner scoop at the top to help with ground balls, and the same thing in the back with the flare to help with ground balls as well. The pocket, it forms just a nice, easy pocket right in the middle. I also love how light it is. We've been in the sun all day. It still doesn't get that soupy, bendy feeling. Also, what I really like the new addition of is the side rail pockets for the shooters, which doesn't go right in there, which I think is a brilliant design.
I'm Greg Gurenlian, known as Greg Beast. I played for the New York Lizards. I just retired from the MLL, and I face off for Team USA. An elite level face-off man looks for a couple different things. The first thing is the pinch points of the head, the flex points, how it wraps around the ball. The second thing you look for is the scoop. Is it rigid enough and can it help you get an extra couple ground balls? The third thing is you want durability. You don't want to have to go buy a new head every few games, so this head basically encompasses all three of those. The Faceoff Academy put Command X's heads and their prototypes through the grinder. They lasted throughout the entire grind. They flexed exactly how we wanted them to. So not only were they pliable, not only were they durable, but they were also used in a lot of different facets. So it came out with a pretty good rating. The UA Command X. Dive under, take over.
Founded in 2009, Lacrosse Talk Radio has the most live and up-to-date coverage of the fastest sport on 2 feet. Whether you're listening to one of our over 200 live youth, high school, collegiate, or professional game broadcasts, or our regional specialty shows, Lacrosse Talk Radio gives you access and insight to your favorite teams and players. Visit us at lacrossetalkradio.com for our broadcast schedules in the Rocky Mountain, Tri-State, and Mid-Atlantic regions. Lacrosse Talk Radio, the official voice of the MCLA.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid?
See ya!
Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland, College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. The shaft is the Mesa, and obviously when you look at it, it's got a really sleek look to it. Black on black is pretty smooth. Feel it, it's not too rigid, got a little bit of a grit to it. It's very durable, but it's pretty light. It's got a little bit of a flex to it, so it puts a little bit more on your shot. UA Mesa Composite, balanced, battle tested.
And welcome to the final of 4 semifinal games. This one, the nightcap, the Division I finale. Michigan State going head-to-head with BYU with a meeting with Chapman on the line in Saturday's championship game. This is the MCLA National Championship Tournament powered by Under Armour at the beautiful Regional Athletic Complex in Salt Lake City. And the weather is cooperating here for this last one. Chris Marshall alongside Ryan Powell, EJ Freeman bringing you all the action. And Coach, long day, but this game worth the wait.
Yeah, it's definitely a well-deserved nightcap here. You got BYU; they're coming off a huge win over Utah. Stuck the game winner. Severson did for BYU, number 8. He's one of their top offensive threats. He had a nice low to high rip shot to the top shelf, like I said, with 3 seconds on the clock, and a huge win for BYU. On the other side, wearing green out here, Michigan State, very well coached. Cam Holding's got a pedigree of lacrosse, played professional lacrosse, gritty, tough competitor. He's going to have his boys ready to go out here. We're expecting an awesome nightcap game here in the semifinals, our last semifinal game. And I'm hoping we get to see a good one here, partner.
I'm feeling optimistic, and of course, getting revenge for the loss to Utah in that one. They lost 16-8 Thursday, April the 19th. Came back and got the victory on Tuesday, 10-9, like you mentioned, against Utah. So huge game there for BYU. So certainly excited to be here. Let's see if they can carry this through, as this Michigan State team has been very strong. Only one blemish on their record, a loss to Liberty, a 1-goal loss. So both these teams very successful. I gotta say, both these teams look real sharp too. Like the old school flair in these Sparty uniforms.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens here at the face-off. X33 Tyler Clancy, very good for BYU, and he's got an awesome wing player in number 44, Connor Williams.
Uh-oh, this is trouble. And big-time save. Great stop by Boland. And you mentioned that matchup. Likely Hunter Stevens going to be on the other side of the X, taking the face-offs, both the primary face-off athletes. You mentioned Clancy for BYU, and that's a big stop for Boland.
You were right on about that. That's a huge save. You'd hate to see a team come down and pop that goal in right off the opening face-off 10 seconds into the game. Instead, Boland sends a different message to BYU and lets them know that it's not going to be that easy this day. Playing on the big stage here, you got to get great goaltending play both ways, and Boland makes the first save of the day, and a big-time save.
Yeah, Boland averaging just over 5.1 goals against. He's saving 66% of the shots that he sees, so he's putting together a pretty nice game, averaging 10 on the nose in terms of his saves. Let's see if the sun plays into this at all as it sets over the near side of the field.
Goaltender for BYU, Dalen Hampshire. He's no slouch either. This kid has had an awesome tournament. We had him in the press conference after the first game that they played over a nice win over Texas A&M, and he had a huge day.
And always like to see the goalies out there rocking the pants. Those are worth at least one save a game. It's like he just missed the defender there entirely. Didn't see him there. Watch out. This is a great opportunity. That one just off the mark. Coming out of the stick of Pissner, sorry. Michigan State settling into their offense here. You could ask for a better evening for lacrosse. I mean, it is beautiful here in Salt Lake tonight. Turn away, loses the handle. Hampshire gets it. Now coming back the other way. Just a little too tall, but ground ball picked up by Hugard. Sends it up top. BYU settling into their offense. Westcott holds on to it, sends it down. It's Farley with it, back up to Westcott. The team's looking to get their personnel groups in.
You want to talk about studs for Brigham Young and their offense. It's Severson 8, Chandler Westcott, number 16. A lot of the stuff goes through him. He likes to play behind the cage. Zach Labram, number 17, is probably their best all-around dodging midfielder. Very talented in dodging from up top. He creates a lot of offense for this BYU offense.
And Labram, a two-way guy, 35 ground balls on the season as well, so he does a lot for this Cougar squad. Now Bernal, thinking about it. Nice look inside, great trail check to disrupt that shot. And just a reminder, this broadcast, like all the broadcasts from here on out, fully interactive. Go ahead and use the hashtag you see at top left, BYUVMSU. And also you can find me on Twitter at CMarshallLSN. Love to hear from you guys. Send your tweets our way. A little bit of a number situation here for Michigan State. Sparty Ops pull it back out. Still 0-0, just over 4 minutes off the clock. Michigan State on their way here. Dispatched Oregon 16-8 and Virginia Tech 9-3. So both these teams, tough battles to get here. That's tough. Let's see if they get the goal. No call on the goal as the player was in the crease, but they are going to get the flag, it looks like, and that's going to be a push. And Hampshire out there took a pretty big hit there.
Yeah, he did. He's lucky to get up from that one. That's a scary situation. That's why they got rid of the dive shot in lacrosse. There's too many goaltenders that were getting banged up in the knees area. Guys, offensive players diving into that crease. Pretty much just like that. But the referees absolutely got that call correct. It was a push. There was a guy laying down in the crease when the other Michigan State player picked it up and put it in. So good job by the officiating crew there. And we're going to see our first man advantage opportunity and see what the Spartans can bring to the table.
And that one going to be on Chase Paulson, the D-mid out of Sandy, Utah. Be a 30-second technical for the push. It's our first look at either team's extra man unit. And we've seen some pretty solid play out of the teams on their extra man. Well, we've seen some very good and some very bad, I should say.
Yeah, I think a lot of the teams that I've been seeing playing the man up opportunities, the ball movement's been really good. Good sets, good plays, a lot of good action. And the not so good plays have just been unforced turnovers. But when you see the execution on some of these man-up units, it's really fun to watch. Saw Chapman look real sharp on the man advantage opportunities today.
And great backup there by Hampshire to earn that possession, and they were able to kill that penalty. And now back to full strength for BYU. Tanner Johnson moved it from up top. We talked about Labrum. So he moves it. BYU just spinning the ball. It's always interesting to see how a team reacts to, you know, the highs of a victory over Utah like they had in round 2.
They seem, this team seems very composed. I've really liked what I've seen out of BYU this week.
And there's the shot, the low-to-low worm burner through traffic as Chris Severson picks up where he left off in round 2 and gets the scoring started for the Cougars.
I'm telling you what, if you're Michigan State, you got to keep an eye on this kid Severson. He can get hot. He's absolutely caught fire here in MCLA championship week. He's got a great shot. He's got a great understanding of where to place the ball. A lot of traffic there in front. He decides to keep it down low. He goes with a nice low-to-low worm burner shot to the back of the cage, and goal number 1 for BYU.
Back to the face-off we go again. For this one to be a tough matchup for both of these teams. That one pulled out and then knocked out. Looks like BYU hit that one out. And let's see what the official call is here. Zebras coming together, and they're going to stick with the original call. Michigan State now goes back into their offense. We got a tweet coming in here using the hashtag. Watching all the way out in Kuwait. Time to watch the little bro work. It's 41, go Cougs. And that one, Matthias Perez, one of the starting deep holes. See Hampshire come out with the save there. But a large contingent coming in from Provo to watch this one. As you see the stands really filling up.
Great support of this tournament, MCLA. Got a really special week going on here. We've had great weather, awesome facility, good support by the sponsor Under Armour. Really good lacrosse, 32 teams, all loving the game, sacrificing so much to be a part of the MCLA. They make a financial commitment to play on these clubs. And it's truly playing for the love of the sport, which is really awesome to watch and see.
Well, in this tournament, unlike anything else in lacrosse, like you said, 32 teams all coming together for a week's worth of tournament. Both the men's and women's NCAA championships spread out over a couple of weeks, but it is win or go home in this 6-day stretch for all of these players. Nice dodge down the alley. That one just off the mark on the big lefty. Rip. Coming from Tanner Johnson, 6'3", 210. It's a big kid.
This BYU offense has a lot of firepower. Starts right here with number 17. When they're dodging from up top, he's a great option for him. He usually generates a slide, makes something good to happen. And quite often he's making the right decision with the ball.
They're doing a great job of moving the ball once the slide comes. There's a great look inside. Let's see who's going to back it up. And that one's staying with blue. The green sideline. None too happy with that call. Well, like you mentioned, Labrum has been strong so far for the Cougars.
He's had a great week. This is game number 3 that I've seen him, and he's a really good athletic dodging midfielder. And like I said, when he dodges, he keeps his head up and makes really good decisions with the ball.
BYU coming back around. Michigan State playing a lot of defense here on this possession. That one looked like Bolin got a big save on it, and that one snatched out of the air. Coming back the other way, it's Donovan able to grab it, and that's a solid individual effort. Spartans pull. And there's a great handle as he draws the push as well. And that's just a heads-up play coming from 28. Tom Smith, as the sophomore out of New Jersey, earns his keep.
Get a little taste here of the Michigan State man up. See what they look like.
Last opportunity for Michigan State. Saw them give the ball away after a backup from Hampshire, so see if they get a more successful outing this time around. And Brigham Young, the second most championships among MCLA teams with 4, behind only Colorado State. Those championships coming in 97, 2000, 2007, and 2011. But definitely a team that is always in the hunt. And there's the low to high rip just off the mark. Right here at the end of this extra man opportunity, I think 1 second left. He's about ready to get back to full strength. And
Michigan State trying to do a little bit too much with their legs there, Chris. You know, the best man-up groups in the country, they're tic-tac-toe with their passing. They move it quick, very few cradles. That's where you experience the most success. You should never be in a situation that you're trying to dodge and go by somebody when you're on the man-up opportunity. 41, Ethan Harding. He's got to move that ball.
Now Michigan State taking a little bit of the air out of the ball. Playing an awful lot of defense on that last BYU possession. That one just off the mark. Pushed out by Hampshire, right into the stick of 44 Connor Williams. He's showing his wheels off as he heads up the field.
That was a great save by Hampshire.
Uh-oh, time and space here. Moves it up. And there's a big hit as both officials throw their flags. Probably going to be a high hit there. Big save by Bolin. That one makes its way out the end line, but let's see what the official call is here. Likely to be a high hit here, there, Ryan?
That's what it looked like to me. I think the referees really are trying to crack down on anything above the shoulders there, and you know all the conversations that are happening in lacrosse about concussions, and you get the same chatter going on with football as well. So I think that the officials are being proactive to stop that play from happening.
Yeah, we got EJ Freeman down here as well. What have you been seeing out there?
As you guys have said, you know, big, strong athletes here on both sides. You know, really fighting for these ground balls. And like Ryan said, they're just moving their feet a little too much on the extra man. I'd like to see Michigan State maybe look for a skip pass or move the ball and keep spinning, get that defense to rotate a little bit. A little too stagnant for my taste.
Yeah, now that I see the replay on that one, good call from the official. Wasn't sure from the angle we had initially, but on the replay angle, definitely a penalty. There's a shot from outside, and that one going Michigan State's way. That's the second time today we've seen a goalie run out the shot on man down. One for each. Sparty moving the ball up. Dangerous pass.
That's always the problem that I've always had with the 3-3 set on the man advantage. I'm not a huge fan of it. I like getting one carrier behind the cage, your best feeder, quarterback, put him back there. You can really put a lot of pressure on the defense that way. So, you know, in that 3-3 situation, it's very hard, and you can get caught in a situation like that where you don't have backup.
And just about back to full strength here for Sparty. Another penalty kill. Neither team with any success in the extra man. See Jay Warren coming out of the box for the Spartans. He puts his head down, tries to get the shot off, and he does. And the changeup bouncer finds the back of the net. And we've got a tie ball game at 1-1. As Jay Warren Bumbling, stumbling, D-mid, 5'11", 175.
Nice goal, big goal for Michigan State. Warren, not to be denied, ended up shooting that ball one-handed with his offhand, his left hand, and he's able to put it past the netminder. Great goal. Comes at a good time.
When you get out there, you know, you get in that close, and all you need to do is get it on the frame usually. And here's a face-off win. Watch out, no one's coming to the face-off guy. Big save by Hampshire. We've seen a number of players lose their footing. This fourth game of the day out on this field. This one appears to have a little bit thicker turf than the other fields out here that we've seen. Got the sevens bringing it up. It's Genord. And got a tweet coming in that with the replay on that bouncing stick that we saw in the last game. And I'll tweet that one out so you can see it. But that was a crazy play. Here we go, coming downhill. It's Mason Meyer. So he rolls away. Now Bauman takes the shot. And that one picked up, turned in the corner. This is the first time we've seen some real threatening play out of the boys in green. It's Nate Newman coming from up top. Rolls it back. Just under 90 seconds to play in the first. And again, we've seen a player losing his footing. See who comes away with this one. See if they get a push, no call. Refs letting him play. Roll back, quick double. Pistner sends it back up top. See if the Spartans hold for the last shot here. Just under 60 seconds to play in the quarter. And there's the shot inside by Bauman, it looked like. But a lot of traffic in there. Hampshire able to make the save. Final 38 seconds here. Big opportunity for BYU. As that one goes out of bounds, 32 seconds left. Sparty getting going right here. 30 seconds in the quarter. Big opportunity for a momentum goal. Osterink with it now. Use some of his size in this matchup. Stood at 6'3", 215. Final 10 seconds left. And that one just off the mark. And little extracurriculars down there at the bottom, but the refs letting them play. And at the end of one, we've got a tie game at 1-1. This pace certainly slower than what we saw in that first one. What have you been seeing from these teams?
I like what I'm seeing. I think this has been a pretty good lacrosse game here so far. Been good offense, good ball movement. It's been a little bit sloppy in between the lines for BYU. There's a couple failed clears. We all know how much that adds up. Every possession super important, so can't have those turnovers. They need to clean that up. But so far, you know, in the first one that we watched here at Chapman and South Carolina, it was a game of firepower on offense. This one's a little bit different. terms of the defense is holding it down strong for both of these clubs. So it doesn't look like anything's going to come too easy throughout the rest of the game, and teams are going to have to be smart with the ball, and they're going to have to work for good shots.
Indeed. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back after a quick break. Back to the MCLA National Championship Tournament powered by Under Armour. Chris Marshall, Ryan Powell, EJ Freeman with you. EJ, I know you were listening in on the huddle. What do you got for us?
Well, I was in the Michigan State huddle. They saw something they liked when they ran a little two-man game behind, so I'd expect a lot more pick action from them coming here in the second quarter. On defense, they're concerned. They thought they were okay with their one slide and their two slide. It was the backside splitting and essentially a three slide that they want to get buttoned up and take away the looks that BYU's looking for. They're really trying to protect the crease, but make sure there's no backside skips with their number 3 slide there. Back to you guys.
Thanks, EJ, and that's a nice play by Janord. Sevens, he's been strong on the wing so far. Again, nice little bull dodge there, and that one just off the mark, but created some space. It's Osterink.
Osterink's a big boy.
He is.
That's a good option for Michigan State, and I do like the call that EJ Freeman was talking about with that two-man game. I saw that they had a little success with that. They've only showed it one time so far, but it generated a really high-quality shot. They should look to go back to it again.
Yeah, and Artie Walters drawing the Osterink matchup, giving up 5 inches and 30 pounds, but holding his own. Showing the wheels off, Hogard. BYU gets their personnel on. Trying to gain a little bit of an advantage there coming through the midline, but Spartans all over it. Chandler Westcott with the skip pass. Severson trying to create some space, switches hands. But solid defense. He's got the shorty here. This is a good matchup. Sorry, Bernal on the dodge there.
Yep, Connor Bernal, number 7, Severson's 8, 16, Chandler Westcott. He played huge against Utah to Chandler Westcott. Great vision.
Now Bernal looking for some space. Again, working on that shorty matchup. Joe Robello, the defender.
Bernal, he's calling it out. He wants us go against this short stick defenseman. Feels good about the matchup. Draws a slide.
There you have it. Sometimes you got to call your own number there, Coach. Chandler Westcott on the backside, but Bernal doing all the work. As you see the Chell Selly once again. That's been popular this year.
Nice catch and finish, all set up by Connor Bernal with a great dodge from behind the cage. He loved the matchup. He was dictating some traffic out there, pointing to the guy saying, hey, I'm going to take a go from behind. Nice split dodge to his left. Great feed to Chandler Westcott. Just an easy catch and bury for him, number 16. Coming off an awesome game against Utah. He's keeping that momentum rolling, and BYU's looking sharp.
Clamp. They're won by Michigan State. That's Stevens. Nice little flip pass. Watch out. Time and space. Takes the shot, and that one off the mark. We would have liked to get a little bit more on that. Do they go back to the hole? Ostrich pulls it out. Michigan State getting their personnel on through the midline. Been going to that matchup with Osterink quite a few times today. EJ told us that thought they might try and exploit some of the two-man game. The look pass inside, great handle, great finish. Excellent effort as Nick Bauman gets his name in
Michigan State goal, score pin number 1, Nick Bauman. Assisted by number 8, Blake Turner. Bauman from Turner had the goal 11:26 of the second quarter.
Great effort from Turner, coming around the back of the goal, showing his wheels off. Was able to move that ball.
What a nice play shot by Bowman on that. And what set it all up was the timing of his cut, and he came with a hard cut across the field. Great vision, nice find. And the best part about that was the placement on the shot. Put it right down in the low corner. Netminder Hampshire had nothing on that. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, guys, down here on field level, that was really impressive handle inside on that goal. That was impressive.
We see BYU going back at it, and that last one, procedure call going against Michigan State. Again, two-goal game. Two's for everybody. That one just off the mark, but a nice dodge and shot from Chandler Westcott, trying to add to his tally.
This is exactly what number 16 does right here. Operates behind the cage. Chandler Westcott.
It's a nice play from Patrick Donovan to goose that one back into the cage. See the Spartans move the ball up the field. Peter Braun with it as he sends it up top. Bauman gets back in. These teams settle in. Again, both of these teams keeping the pace pretty slow.
EJ, you were talking down there about coming out of the last time out there from Michigan State after their huddle. They have not really gone back to that two-man game like they talked about. We have not seen one two-man game since you reported in on that. So coach was asking for it.
Stuff up.
Yeah, either you know, coach was asking for it. He wasn't really asking for it, and you just needed some ammo.
No, he wanted it. I promise. That's what they were looking for, but they're going with something else here.
And there's a shot, and that's a big-time save by Hampshire. So he gets a stick on that one. Probably just some smoke screens when they know you're in the huddle.
Hampshire's not a big dude, but he gets it done in there, I'll tell you that. Guy's quick like a cat.
Yeah, 5'6", listed at 170.
Been having a 170 on the program.
Yeah.
You know what that means. That
Maybe
guy's like 148.
170 in sweats if they're wet. That one just soaked by the defender. They come back out. But 5'6", 148, Quinn Kesnick numbers. And Michigan State looking for their best opportunity. It's Jay Warren with it. He's got the shorty matchup here. Both these teams doing a good job of putting long possessions out there. Again, that part of the field, Gremlins grabbing the players. Here comes the ground ball the other direction. Connor Williams, he's got space, takes the shot, stoned. And let's see, great effort, and that one staying with BYU. Again, just 4 goals scored here early in this one. I'm not sure you want to leave that shot open. You talked about laboring earlier. That one was moving.
Give some love to number 44 for BYU, Connor Williams, defensive midfielder. He's been having a great week. Does an unbelievable job picking the ball up off the carpet, pushing it into the offensive end.
He had a real good opportunity to score a goal there as well, but he said great ground ball work.
And Bernal scores that one. I'm not sure you could place the shot any better than that one, huh, Ryan?
That was an excellently placed shot for sure. Starts this play, Zach Labram. He gets it all going. He's drawing so much attention from Michigan State because of his threat to be able to go by people. This is exactly what he does right here. He draws two, gets it back to the backside. Bernal's got time and room, and to your point, he puts it where the goalie can't stop it, right down in the low corner. Perfectly placed shot, perfectly executed play. BYU, big time goal.
Again, tough battle. Ball hasn't moved much. Body's getting pushed out of the way. Another big ground ball for BYU. Crowd letting the threes know. They're happy about that one. Clancy comes away with another ground ball. Aaron loses the handle. Great wrap check. Spartans coming back the other direction. Again, 77. Nord coming downhill. He's been good in the clearing game. Spartans opt to pull it out. Osterink, favorable matchup here. You see the slide looking to come early. 41 does. Matthias Perez, his brother's tuning in. And that one's going to stay on this side. Decent look out in front.
I'm not so sure Nick Bowman, number one, that caught it up at the point that time, needed to pump fake and give it a little dodge. It felt like he had enough time and room to let that one rip.
BYU doing a solid job on the defensive side. Again, another player hitting the deck. And that one bounces Sparty's way. Bauman now working up top. Again, a much slower pace in this game as compared to the first semifinal. Saw Chapman hang 16 on South Carolina. Again, we've seen Spartan attackmen use their size to their advantage. There's a great lift. Ball's going to stay with the Spartans. It's Osterink, time and room, takes the shot, and that's another save. That one might have gone off the helmet, right at the top of the lid for Hampshire. He's been doing a really good job here in this first half.
No doubt about it. He's been playing lights out, shutting the door on several opportunities that Michigan State has had. BYU defense is playing pretty good too. They're doing a good job communicating out there on the field, and they're ready to slide when they need to slide.
And Hampshire on the season, 61%. Not going to be able to run that one down as it just barely makes it over the line. But like I said, just under 8 goals a game for Hampshire. And 62%, 188 saves coming into today. Feels like he's had 6 or 8 already. The sun went behind the clouds. Temperature dropping a little bit as the breeze picks up.
What I like about Coach Schneck and what he does with this BYU team is he gets that first line midfield out there a lot. I love, in the big game like this, get your top players out there as much as you possibly can. Get Labram out there and let him go to work. Awesome dodging midfielder. This guy's not a bad option either. Tanner Johnson can flat out play.
Yeah, and you win this one, you get a day off before you have to take on Chapman, so might as well leave it all out there. BYU moving the ball around once again. Bernal with it up top now. Switch to get Bernal the matchup with the pole.
Good matchup right here.
Labram turns the corner. Ball hits one of the defenders, comes out. There's the shot. That one just off the mark, but a good handle for Severson. Not a bad look.
Labram, what a player in there. Are you kidding me with that play? Great. He's a right-handed player. He puts it in his left, dodges from behind the cage, inside roll. There's a save that happens. The ball's down in front of the crease, but just a little crafty play to keep possession of the ball for your team by goosing it out to the outside. As a lacrosse player, I can really appreciate that.
You see an offsides call there. And here comes Bauman. And he just misses the mark, but backs up the shot. Nearly a great opportunity to score there. Got BYU caught subbing. Just under 4 to go. BYU on top by 1.
These coaches are deciding to let the players get to work out here. There's been no timeouts called in the game, I don't believe. And we've we've had some just back and forth action.
And that's just a great play. Got his man on his back. Blake Turner able to turn the corner there on 44. Connor Williams, and he puts that one right where the goalie's not. That's a big-time goal for Michigan State.
Blake Turner, how you doing, kid? Have one. Said, you know what, no one's going to stop me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the cage. I'm going to dodge hard in my right hand, my strong hand. I'm going to dare BYU to come and slide. Well, they didn't, and he made them pay for it. Nice goal by Burner, another one of those well-placed shots, and a big-time goal for Michigan State to knot it up at 3 here in the MCLA semifinal game. Salt Lake City.
Love it. Love it. Beautiful night for lacrosse. Again, we've seen a pretty even split at the Faceoff X between these two teams. Stevens wins it again. So he sends it back. See if that one's going to stay in. And it does. Again, the natural surface helping some of these teams out. Michigan State bringing the ball up. It sends that one all the way down, and that one just a little too tall. Got the thin air here at altitude. Ambitious pass, but just off the mark. BYU bringing it in. Westcott doing a good job to come back and get it.
See what I mean, though? Labram, he's out there again.
Yeah.
Ready to do some work. 23, Tanner Johnson. Gotta get your studs the ball. Get them out there. Big time game like this.
Spencer Smith rounding out the midfield right now. It's timeout for BYU. As the game tied at 3, just over 2.5, or just under 2.5 minutes left rather in this one. I mean, what would you like to see from BYU coming out of this timeout?
Well, you always get your 6 top offensive players out there. They've been doing a great job of that, letting their stars go out there and get the job done. So they do have a couple nice plays. I saw them run a play at the end of the first half against Texas A&M that was just phenomenal.
Yeah, had a great look into the huddle there. Some fantastic camera work there. Always fun to be out here. But I know we'll get a word in here from EJ here in a second too. I know he's listening into that BYU huddle. EJ, what do you got for us?
The big concerns for BYU, we're talking about the spacing on offense, and they don't think they're dodging hard enough right now. And they keep getting caught with a pole in the top center. They want to try to get a short stick there to work against, and, favorable matchup for them. And just look at the spacing. They want to find the through ball they're talking about and then get the ball to the backside if it's not there. That's what they're looking for here on this possession. And just, trying to get back to who they are, like some of the other teams have talked about today. Back to you guys.
Thanks there, EJ. And then, like you said, see if they get their top 6 guys out there. They've had pretty good success with their best players on the pitch out here. But, you talk about those guys that you like, and either one of those guys seems like they'd be a pretty good option.
Yeah, they got a lot of good players. I mean, that's what we're getting to right now at this stage of the tournament, being in the semifinals. You look at it, and these teams are here for a reason, and that's because they got multiple players that can do a lot of different things pretty well. And, you know, BYU is no different. They got some really good offensive players that play as a team. They play as a team really well. They share the ball. They don't care who scores the big goals. They're a team-first mentality, and a lot of fun to watch.
Here we see Spencer Smith getting some run. Labrum getting a break. There's a nice little shifty move coming through. And turns the corner, takes the shot, big-time save. Another shot coming, another save. Boland making short work of those plays and sending the ball up. Finds Gennord, maybe their most capable pole in transition. And there's a great look, and again, door slammed.
Hampshire at the other end, Boland at one end. Hampshire at the other end. Great goaltending play.
Yeah, both of these guys earning their salary tonight. We had a timeout for Michigan State here. 72 seconds to play in the half. Big opportunity to take the lead here for Michigan State. And, I mean, what are you telling these kids here?
I'm telling them right now with 1:12, I don't like the ball going back down to the other end of the field. So I'm a big fan. Even if you get a shot clock slapped on you, you want to hold the ball right now. And you get it down in 10, 15 seconds, and that's a good time to engage and have a set play in mind and get it to your top offensive threats and try to do some work.
Yeah, and who do you like coming out of the break? I mean, obviously we've seen Osterink have some good luck. Blake Turner had the last one, but which one of these guys you want the ball in their stick?
Number 7, he's a big body. He's been playing really good. He's gotten off some good shots. He's a good option for the squad. Osternik.
Well, EJ was down there in the huddle. Do you got anything for us?
Yeah, Coach had him ready for a zone or a man here coming out of the timeout. They want to kill some time here, get down to about 15, 20 seconds before they attack the cage. They want to keep Bennett Osterink up high so he can be a shooter. They want to draw 2 behind and maybe hit it up to one of their shooters. Either way. Back to you guys.
Thanks, EJ. Yeah, it's great getting some of the inside out of the huddle, having EJ down on the sideline like that. Takes the guesswork out of it. It's nice for us.
Yeah, he does have a tendency to make some stuff up from time to time, like the 2-man game that we still haven't seen.
Or the pollen.
But, he's doing a pretty good job.
I just had to come up with something and get it on the air, guys.
Well, it's important. It's important. We have you here, so, I mean, we want to make sure you get in the game. Osterink moves it up. Bauman. Again, seeing the Michigan State team slow it down, take the time off the clock here, just spin the ball inside 30 seconds now.
That's it. They're being extremely patient with the ball. This is exactly what EJ was reporting in that Coach Cam Holding wanted to see.
And there's Osterink stinging the top corner. He's fired up. Listen to the sideline. Everybody slap hands. Osterink gets on the board, gives the lead to Michigan State 4-3 with 16 ticks left on the clock. Oh, here comes the Selly. Oh, it's a battering ram.
Nice. That's so cool to get the insight there of what was said in the huddle. And that was pretty much perfectly executed for what Coach Cam Holding was telling his boys. Getting the ball around, get it down to about 15 seconds, and then have Osternik up top for a nice high hard one over the top. Finally got it past Hampshire.
And they said Stevens went early. And now an opportunity. Watch 23 streaking down.
Good matchup right here for BYU.
Laburn turning. And he's in the crease. They're not going to get the shot off, and it looks like time is going to expire. And that's going to do it for the first half as they waved that one off.
And that's it for the first half. But, man, what a flurry there at the end of the half between these two teams. But an excellent play drawn up from the sideline and Coach Holding as Michigan State takes the lead going into the break. Make sure not to go anywhere. Still one more half of action in our quadruple header today with a chance to face Chapman in the championship game. We've got a real good game going so far. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Big save. Sick.
Tried to catch up to him. He got away. Can't believe we missed him in our conversation about best professional MCLA player. Right? That's him by a mile.
I'm Eric Law. I went to the University of Denver and I played professional lacrosse for the Denver Outlaws. This is the UA Command 2.0. I really like the new design of the thinner scoop at the top to help with ground balls, and the same thing in the back with the flare to help with ground balls as well. The pocket, it forms just a nice, easy pocket right in the middle. I also love how light it is. We've been in the sun all day. It still doesn't get that soupy, bendy feeling. Also, what I really like the new addition of is the side rail pockets for the shooters, which doesn't go right in there, which I think is a brilliant design.
I'm Greg Gurenlian, known as Greg Beast. I played for the New York Lizards. I just retired from the MLL, and I face off for Team USA. An elite level face-off man looks for a couple different things. The first thing is the pinch points of the head, the flex points, how it wraps around the ball. The second thing you look for is the scoop. Is it rigid enough and can it help you get an extra couple ground balls? The third thing is you want durability. You don't want to have to go buy a new head every few games, so this head basically encompasses all three of those. The Faceoff Academy put Command X's heads and their prototypes through the grinder. They lasted throughout the entire grind. They flexed exactly how we wanted them to. So not only were they pliable, not only were they durable, but they were also used in a lot of different facets. So it came out with a pretty good rating. The UA Command X. Dive under, take over.
Founded in 2009, Lacrosse Talk Radio has the most live and up-to-date coverage of the fastest sport on 2 feet. Whether you're listening to one of our over 200 live youth, high school, collegiate, or professional game broadcasts, or our regional specialty shows, Lacrosse Talk Radio gives you access and insight to your favorite teams and players. Visit us at lacrossetalkradio.com for our broadcast schedules in the Rocky Mountain, Tri-State, and Mid-Atlantic regions. Lacrosse Talk Radio, the official voice of the MCLA.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid?
See ya!
Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. The shaft is the Mesa, and obviously when you look at it, it's got a really sleek look to it. Black on black is pretty smooth. Feel it, it's not too rigid, got a little bit of a grit to it. It's very durable, but it's pretty light. It's got a little bit of a flex to it, so it puts a little bit more on your shot. UA Mesa Composite, balanced, battle tested. My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. This is the Under Armour Banshee. It's the mid-level lacrosse cleat. What I like about it is it's got a low cleat feel, but with the protection of a mid to high cleat. I'm usually a guy who likes to protect my ankles, but I don't like to lose the mobility and feel like I'm wearing a heavy cleat. UA Banshee, untouchable, unstoppable.
I'm Eric Law. I went to the University of Denver and I played professional lacrosse for the Denver Outlaws. This is the UA Command 2.0. I really like the new design of the thinner scoop at the top to help with ground balls, and the same thing in the back with the flare to help with ground balls as well. The pocket, it forms just a nice, easy pocket right in the middle. I also love how light it is. We've been in the sun all day. It still doesn't get that soupy, bendy feeling. Also, what I really like the new addition of is the side rail pockets for the shooters, which doesn't go right in there, which I think is a brilliant design.
And welcome back to Salt Lake City, Regional Athletic Conference for the MCLA National Championship Tournament. We are in the semifinals. Michigan State holding on to a 1-goal lead over Brigham Young. These teams playing for the opportunity to match up with Chapman at 2:30 on Saturday here at this same field. Chris Marshall, Ryan Powell, EJ Freeman, all with you today as we get ready to go here for the second half of our final game of the day.
Yeah, awesome first half of lacrosse. We saw the ball getting up and down the field. There wasn't too many turnovers. That's a bad one right there, right out of the hot for Michigan State. But it's been a pretty clean game here so far. The offenses have been playing pretty well. The defense has been playing excellent. We've seen great goaltending out of both keepers here. So expect big things here for an awesome second half. To live another day, that's what these guys are playing for.
Yeah, it's taken pretty special shots from both offenses to get one in the back of the net. Good defensive play there.
My man EJ Freeman, he was down there and he got a little chat with Coach Schneck from BYU. What'd you find out, EJ?
Yeah, I did talk with Coach Schneck. He's got a couple points that he expressed to his team there at halftime. First of all, it was about ground balls in the middle of the field. He wants his team to do a better job there on those 50-50 balls in the middle of the field that will help create possessions for them. On defense, he didn't like how packed in they were. He wants them to be more aggressive and extend out. On that last goal by Michigan State, he said they knew exactly what was coming, but they just didn't recognize it fast enough, and the guys didn't get out in Oesterring's hands. He wants his guys to extend out. Also, he's a little concerned the score is only 4-3, so look for them to try to maybe push the tempo a little bit more in this second half because they want to play a little higher scoring game. Back to you guys.
It's good intel. Yeah, and this is a team that certainly isn't afraid of scoring. We've seen them get close to 20 a couple of times. 19 on UNLV, 17 at Stanford, 17 at Texas as well. 22 against Utah State. So they're not a team that's afraid to score some goals here. Nice rollback, and that one finds the back of the net. Excellent individual effort from Chandler Westcott as he puts another one on the board for the Cougars, tie this game up just over 90 seconds into the half.
You know what I'm going to tell you right here? That's a big-time goal out of Chandler Westcott. I mean, that's just unbelievable individual effort and a nice stutter and go from behind to set up this move. And then he does a great job, a little inside roll right there, keeps his stick protected, hits it in there near side pipe. That's first class right there. That's first class of playing the attack position.
Yeah, guys, and I think you've seen BYU from that earlier huddle we talked about where they wanted to dodge harder to the cage. Since that huddle, I think they've taken that message to heart and have been dodging much harder.
No doubt about it on that one. 16, Westcott. He wanted it. He got it.
See a nice face-off win. Got some intel from EJ earlier during the break. Hunter Stevens was a goalie before switching to the face-off position. The senior did the majority of the draws this season, and he's looked pretty sharp.
That's not a bad change-up. You know, you bring the quick hands from the face-off X to in between the pipes. And he's doing an unbelievable job. He's had some big-time saves.
Yeah, absolutely. Bolin, Hampshire both really having a great game. Again, we're seeing a little further out on the pressure. Just to what EJ said, Coach Schneck. Spartans back into their offense. Turner, real athletic player. He's coming downhill. Both these players not afraid of contact. There's an
Osterink gets it inside. Nice look and great finish. One more pass as he's able to find Brett Braun, and he does the rest, changes the plane, gets it by Hampshire. Sideline real fired up for the Spartans.
What a nice play there by Osterink. Good, hard, strong face dodge right here. Gets underneath the defenseman, draws that extra slide, and then he drops it down to Brett Braun, and he does the rest of the work. Nice little high fake, and then he puts it down low through the goalie's wickets.
Yeah, again, strong offense from both of these teams. Start second half. Both teams trading goals. And again, Stevens with another face-off victory is able to send it back. Again, love to hear from you guys, guys at home on Twitter. You can use the hashtag top left, BYUVMSU, or you can find me on Twitter at CMarshallLSN. Love to hear from you guys. Osterink comes out to get it. Again, Osterink able to corral that ball. Sends it up to Bauman. And he's got Nate Newman on the near side. Minutes to play here in the third. Both teams trading goals early in the quarter. Nick Bauman moving now. He's got the shorty matchup. It's Jake Hogard. He's coming downhill, showing his speed off. Nice cut inside, couldn't handle it. Sue comes up with it. Ball still down, there's a push. See if the call comes. It does not. Bauman gets it. And Bauman getting back into the box. Moves it to Newman. Now Osterink again, he's got the shorty. Nope, sorry. Oh, and that one looked like it was tipped coming through the middle, but it's going to stay with the Spartans. There's a great look inside, BTB. That one off the goalie, and what a play by the defenseman coming in. And then Hampshire comes up with the save.
Whoa.
What a sequence there for BYU.
Fireworks here in Salt Lake City.
Watch out, they get a goal here. This could be a big momentum shift. And there's the shot, big save by Bolin. One goalie has an answer. The other one is there immediately. I got to tell you, I mean, I'm not sure I've seen such exceptional play from two opposing goalies in a long time.
It's so important when you're playing on the big stage. I mean, they're such an important piece of the team and what happens in a game. And these guys are standing tall for their respective ball clubs and playing at a really high level. It's great to see good goaltending.
Certainly is.
Unless I'm out there playing attack.
There you have it. But that's a great finish, another individual effort. That's Braun. That's his second goal in a row. Great shot of the sideline, Sellies. Back out to Braun, slapping hands with his teammates. And that pushes the lead to 2, the largest of the game for either team.
Got to get on those hips and drive Braun out of there. He's able to get a step and get topside on the BYU defenseman there a little bit. But that short stick D-mid, he's got to get on those hips and drive out. Lost him a little bit, that's all it took. He gave Braun just enough time and room to finish that one off.
And seeing a different look here from BYU. That's Tanner Bean taking the draws. And again, another win. Stevens coming downhill, wants the shot, takes it. Got the old face-off stick, giving him a little trouble there.
Oh yeah, he's got a face-off stick for sure. That thing was like sideways as he was coming down the field.
Yeah, no shooters in that one.
Missed his mark by about 10 feet. But he won the face-off.
It's the effort that counts.
Absolutely.
That's what's important. coming downhill. A lot of momentum in the corner right now of the Spartans. And there's the shot. That one again off the feet. Let's see what the call is here. And there's a goal. That one's going to count. That one rolls out. You see the sideline once again for the Spartans that they extend the lead to 3 in the third quarter. It has been all Michigan State. Get a look at the replay here.
Keep a close eye on this. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Great call by the official. That's the way to be on your game, Mr. Official.
Yeah, see it roll back there, and yeah, inside the pipe.
No doubt about it.
Oh, man.
You talk about the players got to be on their game on the big stage. You want your stripes to be on their game as well, and he was all over that one. Great call, the right call.
And how about the replay operator as well, getting that one queued up for us. That is a really sharp play, and BYU wants to talk it over as they're staring at their biggest deficit of the game.
Let's go over a couple things here, partner, okay?
Sure.
One of them is I've said that BYU played Texas A&M. I was wrong. I stand corrected on that. I said it a couple times. I've seen a lot of games this week, all right? So give me a little bit of leeway there.
All the leeway you need.
I was wrong, okay? So they played Grand Valley State. That was the game. That's one of them. And then Oster Inc. Oster Inc.
Oster Inc.
Oster Inc. Number 7. Bennett.
Number 7.
All right, I've been using a little different kind of last name action on that one.
Said a lot of names today, too, Coach. A lot of names.
Oh, man, we got a great lacrosse game going on right now.
We certainly do. And this one, another MSU goal, Utah Lax News coming in. Largest lead of the game. But let's send it over to EJ.
Guys, I was listening into the BYU defensive huddle. They want to be more aggressive with their slides. They want to come early to the Dodgers. They're really focused on that. They think they're playing too much defense, but they want to be more aggressive. They want to force Michigan State to pass the ball and score multiple pass goals rather than isolation dodges. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, EJ. And we've seen, the offense do what the coach was asking. Let's see if we can get the defense another face-off win. And Michigan State playing with winners outs right now. And there's the flag coming down. Watch out, here comes Bauman. Osterink with it now. Playing with house money. There's a flag down for a late hit on Boland. Now Michigan State going to get their A squad out on the field. Newman. Now Warren, as he gets it back. Back up to Newman. Coach Holden calling for Spartans to spin it. They're spreading this defense out. And timer on. First time we've seen the timer on call here in this game. Now Osterink with it. He's by his man, cuts inside. And that one saved once again by Hampshire. And you have to think he's got 12 or 13 saves at this point.
He's playing really good lacrosse right now. Keeping BYU in it within striking distance. They got to get a big stop here in their man down unit, get that ball back into their offensive end. I mean, that's just a bad penalty right there. Winston Farley, late hit on the Michigan State keeper, Boland. And he's going to spend a minute over here in the sin bin.
Thinking about his choices.
Yes. Thinking about what he just did.
Reflecting. Hopefully learning. And we've seen more scoring in this quarter than any quarter yet. For these squads, things really opening up. Third quarter when things opened up in both the first game and the last game we saw today. An Osterink, that one's 2-point land.
When you look at that one, he's a step inside the box, and he's able to put that one in the back of the net, pushes the lead to 4. But Oosterink is really feeling it right now.
Bennett Oosterink from way downtown, bang. Bringing some heat.
And look how far out he is on this replay. I mean, he's 2 yards inside of the restraining box.
How about placement? How about form? How about getting your body into that shot and bringing it as hard as you can shoot it up to the top 90 of the cage?
Just put it where the goalie's not. Excellent look on that replay angle.
No doubt about it.
What a
awesome
finish.
goal by Oosterink.
That one popped out again. Stevens now opts to go back the other way. Is that one going to stay in? Oosterink runs it down, and he gets to it. And 7 is everywhere right now for Sparty. Stevens loses the handle. Let's see what the call is here. As Spartan's going to keep the ball. Oosterink gets it. Oosterink, rather. Bauman now. But Sparty playing a lot of offense here the last 5 or so minutes. See how much time they're going to be able to take off the clock here. Got the calls coming in from the sideline. Very vocal for the Spartans. Spartans working up top. Laburn back on defense. And that one, as Hampshire able to chase it down. Second or third time we've seen him chase the end line there.
Yeah, Michigan State got caught there, having a guy backing up the play. Uh-oh, big turnover.
And there's the shot. Labrum does his best, but got to let your goalie know when someone's sneaking up behind him. Excellent effort play from Braun as he gets his third of the day. So we get another look at this one as the defense coming to talk to Hampshire. I mean, you hate to see one of those go in the back of the net after the game that he's had. And trying to get away. Braun chases him down. Good look from Labrum. He almost got to that one.
He did. If he would have saved it, it would have been a penalty. You're not supposed to, as a player, get in between the pipes, I believe. Is that a high school rule?
I think it's definitely a high school rule. I'm not sure if it's a college.
Guys, that's just a high school rule. We had that same situation come up in one of our games this year. It's a high school rule.
Thank you. I stand corrected. I don't normally screw up like I've screwed up tonight.
A lot of games, right? A lot of names.
We'll just have to take your word for that one, Ryan.
Thank you, guys. Boy, I got good teammates. I got good teammates with me here tonight, folks.
And there's a tweet coming in using the hashtag there. You see it top left. There was some heat behind Oosterrink's shot. There was some sort of emoji on the end of that one. Didn't make it through. But certainly agree with you there. Hot shot. Yeah, we got the dream team here for the semis and the finals. Certainly happy to be out here. Disappointed I missed the first 2 days, though. Able to listen to you guys online, which was a lot of fun. Some pretty good matchups, and you said Texas A&M, Grand Canyon actually the team that they beat, and holy cow, Michigan State, you can hear it on the sideline now. They are getting fired up, and they are absolutely rolling against this BYU team as they push the lead to 6. And there's Pissner. And he just comes around the corner.
Oh, yeah. Near side pipe. Michigan State is feeling it right now. 10-4, good buddy. 10-4.
10-4. Over and out. Roger.
Breaker 1-9.
Are you calling from a walkie-talkie? But 4:10 left to play in the quarter. And let's see. BYU needs to catch a break, and that one's a hold. That one going against the Spartans. It'll be the first time in a long time we've seen BYU get on the offensive side of the field.
If you're BYU, what are you looking for here?
Well, let me just first say this right now. I know a lot about BYU lacrosse. They don't give up. They will not give up this entire game. But they haven't had the offensive set, so just stay patient and generate a good high-quality shot right here. Get it to one of your studs. Let them go to work. This is a good matchup right here.
I mean, still 18.5 minutes to play. I mean, they'd only need to score one every 3 minutes. They'd win this game.
Are you a math major?
Nope, I'm not. I'm not even sure if that's right.
Me neither.
I think it is.
Sounded
Sounds
great.
Good. Oh, man. A lot of games, a lot of goals.
Oh, we got a flag coming down. That's when you say playing with house money.
Playing with house money. Westcott working from up top. It's the best way to play, Ryan. Winston Farley has the shorty as he turns the corner. We're looking for that one inside. That one picked off by Gnord. And we're going to get a look at the extra man here for BYU. They could really use a goal here. Definitely keep those tweets coming. Love to hear from you guys at home. Use the hashtag. Make your way up onto the big screen. BYU v MSU is the hashtag. Also, you can send tweets to me at CMarshallLSN. We'll get to as many as we can. We'll get back to the action here. Just under 3 to play in the third. So up top, Severson moving the ball pretty quickly. And there's a shot, and that one just on the outside of the cage.
That's a really nice man up there by BYU. Generated a pretty good shot. I love watching man-up units when the ball is just one guy stick to the next, tic-tac-toe passing. Keep it hot. Ball moves a lot faster than your feet. And that's textbook man-up play. I know it didn't result in a goal, but very, very strong.
And again, you see the play there. Gnord steps out of bounds, and then you see 23 from BYU take a swing at his stick, Tanner Johnson, and you see a delay of game go the other way. Again, down the last 10 seconds. That's a really tough one to swallow if you're BYU, and that you could have had the ball man up still. Nice penalty kill here for Michigan State. Bauman working from up top. Final 90 seconds left in this third. Been 1 goal in this quarter for BYU, 6 the other direction. Sparty taking control of the game. And this one from Osterink Micah. Probably some relation there. MSU just pouring it on now. There's interference going the other way as BYU gets the ball back. 70 seconds to play in the third. Like I said, still plenty of time. BYU would love to get a goal here. Get some momentum headed back in their direction. Get a big contingent from both these fans. It's not what you want to see. Michigan State coming back the other direction. Nice move from Andrew Clay. In 30 seconds here, Michigan State in these opportunities has opted to hold on to the ball for the final shot. And Osterink working from up top. As we get down to the final 10 or so seconds. Osterink trying to get away from pressure. Shot would have counted if it had gone, but Hampshire out there to make the save. But 6-1 in that quarter for Sparty.
And this one's going to be a tough one, but Sam B calling the comeback for BYU, so we'll have to go back to that tweet if we have that happen. But certainly plenty of time for BYU, but Sparty looking firmly in control right now, Ryan. Stick with us. We'll be right back after a short break for the final frame of the final game of the day. Chance to go to the championship on the line between BYU and Michigan State. And welcome back to the MCLA Championship Tournament 2018. We got EJ down on the sideline. He was listening in. What do you got for us?
Yeah, guys, I was in the BYU huddle there. A lot of the focus on the face-offs here. They felt like they didn't really have any possession in that third quarter. They're going to lock the wings and try to force Michigan State's face-off man to go back towards his goalie, or maybe be able to take it away from him if he doesn't go that way. They're going to lock off with their attackman and the wings and really force it into those two guys working against each other. And the only other option is to use the goalie. And then they'll probably push up into their 10-man ride. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
And thanks, EJ. And a little lightning in the background there, but going the other direction. That one's leaving us.
Off in a distance.
Nothing too close to us.
We
right
shall
now.
play on. If I was in upstate New York, we'd be a little bit worried about that. I think they know a little something out here in Salt Lake City, and people are feeling comfortable about playing on here. But we do have some lightning in the neighborhood.
Yeah, make him go to the goalie. That's exactly what he does. As Stevens gets his first goal of the season. No time like the present.
Well, we've seen it happen 3 or 4 times. He's been winning that ball clean out the front. He did it again, comes on the fast break. BYU chose not to slide.
Let him get to 3 yards.
Well, they did see the way that he shot the ball the last time he had that situation, but he cleaned that stick up. Got that face-off spoon with him, and he goes down and he buries one. Great shot, good finish.
And the official's taking a look at his stick here. See if this one stays on the board. I mean, one of the things when you got a stick like that from a face-off player is I'm not sure he knows where it's going either. So it's really tough to predict where the ball's going if you're the goalie. That one's going to stay. A little longer conference than I think Coach Holding would have liked. Talking about that stick there, but that one's going to stay on the board. That one pops out again. BYU finally catching a break there. Start to have a little moisture in the air. Labrum gets it. I'll tell you, Labrum, he's a big kid, 6'4", coming downhill. Got him in the invert with the shorty right now. Seven-goal deficit. As they say, stranger things have happened. BYU, that one comes across the field. It's going to be over and back. Osterink showing off his wheels. We knew he could put his head down and dodge to the cage, but showing off some speed as well there.
Michigan State's just been doing an unbelievable job controlling this tempo and pace in the game. They've been winning face-offs. They've been keeping the ball down in their offensive end most of the time. So they're in the exact position that they would like to be in right now. Cam Holding, coach of Michigan State, he's feeling really good about where Michigan State and his ball club are at the moment.
Yeah, it seems like BYU hasn't had more than one, maybe two possessions here in the second half. And obviously we saw Chapman in the last semifinal game really start to pull away when they were playing well at the Faceoff X. So some parallels in this game as well. And that one goosed out of bounds by BYU after another great save by Hampshire. And I got to tell you, I mean, I know we've been talking about Hampshire all night, but I mean, this could be 20 if it wasn't for the way that he's been playing.
He has been playing really good. It's been fun to watch. Undersized goaltender, quick hands, quick like a cat, real good down low. He's made some big time high saves tonight as well.
And that's going to be a 30-second technical for the push going against BYU. It's going against number 4, Hogart. And maybe not what you're looking for. If you're BYU, having to go man down with 7 to get you back to square with Sparty here. That one off the mark. About 15 left in the penalty here. And there's the shot, that one just off the mark. Backed up by Bauman.
Great ball movement by Michigan State.
At 41 and 14 coming off at the same time. Synergy. Back to even strength. Penalty kill by BYU. At this point, seems like Spartans content just to take some of the time off the clock.
Yeah, they're not in any hurry to do anything right now.
Beautiful shot there with the mountains in the background. That is really nice. Here on the wide shot. Closing in on 11 minutes. Spartans coming downhill. Pissner couldn't get enough on that one to beat Hampshire.
You can't be bringing that at Hampshire. You know what I mean? You can't be bringing that at them.
No, you gotta have the premium stuff.
Yeah, man, that stuff's not.
That's a well shot.
That little gumball's not going to do the trick, man.
And we haven't heard much from Labrum recently.
Do you know who else we haven't heard much from recently is my man EJ. Can we get a little report in? How's Michigan State feeling down there? They got some good celebration dances going?
They definitely have their cellies ready to go, just waiting for the next goal. You know, the energy down here on the Michigan State bench is high, or was higher a minute ago, I guess.
Well, that's Tanner Johnson right on cue. Finally getting a little bit of noise here from this BYU sideline. They've been pretty quiet for good reason, but travel well always, both of these teams. So you finally hear a roar from the fan section.
There's still time. Still plenty of time. But this is the secret that they got to figure out is what's going on here at the Center X. Stevens, number 2 for Michigan State. He's been excellent. He's got a little game of going out the front door as well.
And again, it works for them. They've had no answer. Nice handle by Pissner.
Smart play by Pissner pulling it out in that situation. Again, if you're Michigan State, you'd like to burn a little bit of clock, although they just tried to force one in there.
And Bauman up top. See Michigan State taking time off the clock, 9.5 minutes to play. All these precious seconds tick off. More and more difficult for BYU. Get back in this game. Bauman running away. Nice look, can't quite find his man as Osterink turns the corner, takes the shot. That one just off the mark, but it's going the other direction. We see a big late hit on Osterink and the flag down. Osterink still down. Hate to see that. Let's see if we can get another look here at this play. So Osterink walking it off, it appears. And he's got a big body, but he took a shot.
He took a shot after the shot.
Yeah, shot after the shot. Double shot. Catch his breath, maybe had his wind knocked out of him. See, there's the shot in there. Took a bit of a high hit there. But that one coming against the matchup he's had all day. Artie Walters taking a seat, but carrying a big stick, hitting the big man. Now it's going to go over and back. Severson's going to get it started here, but still man down for probably another 40 seconds. I mean, do you go to the cage shorthanded here?
I think you got to try to play aggressive. You got to be really aggressive right now. You got a lot of goals out there, and your math of 1 goal every 3 minutes is not adding up no longer, my friend.
It is not. You're going to need closer to 1 a minute at this point. Not impossible. Fastest I can remember was 3 in about 15 seconds. But you got to win the draws for that. A 6-goal lead. And they're back to even strength. Got Labrum working from behind. Bernal. And there's a great check. Bernal gets it somehow, takes another big hit. And that one rolls right to Boland. Bounce is going Sparty's way right now. Wow, what a pass. Right on the money. Cross field. Osterink, looking for his man. Braun was waiting for the shot. And that one was a pass. Braun went to pick it up. But good look from Osterink.
I think Braun's going to be talking to Osterink, being like, dude, I practiced with you all year.
Never
and 99% of the time, you have always taken that shot. The 1% was that one right there that you decided to make that pass.
Yeah, almost hit him in the back.
I appreciate you trying to play unselfish there, big guy. But that's right in your wheelhouse to bring a high, hard one with some serious heat. We've already seen how you can shoot the ball. Let it go.
I like that, I like to get in his head like that. That's great work, right? Now one down, once again. Picked up by BYU, Labrum. Coming out of the scrum with it. Watch out. Johnson coming downhill. Just misses the top frame. And here's Garrett Jacobs coming in. He was sticking around from the first one. What is BYU waiting for? It's an excellent question. But they're going to talk
Garrett,
it over on the timeout.
Garrett, my man, they really haven't had the ball down there a whole lot. It's been, they got to start winning a couple more face-offs. And then now you got Michigan State that's got 6 very talented offensive players out there each possession, and they're not in any hurry to go to the cage. It's making it tougher and tougher. So that's what happens when you lose the lead and get in a hole like this. It's a big ask for BYU to have to dig out of this thing at this point in the game.
Yeah, and we've been seeing mainly Tanner Bean taking the draws. I mean, obviously Clancy isn't having much more success, but interesting to see if they go back to Clancy at some point here in the fourth quarter. And we had EJ listening in on the huddle. What do you got for us?
Well, BYU, obviously they got to go faster to the cage. That was a point of emphasis for them. Can't be as patient, spinning the ball around. Look for them here to get the ball to Harry Waddups going on top side. That's what they're talking about and trying to set up here coming out of the timeout. Back to you guys.
Got a tweet coming in from Travis Eldridge. Wants to know if Michigan State has the best unis in the MCLA, or at least in the tournament. I think they got an argument.
Yeah, I like the simple look. They're nice and clean. The sleeves are cool. A little different color than the normal Michigan State.
Yeah, a little brighter.
A little green pop to these things. How about Severson?
He's been quiet, but he didn't go away.
Get a little something. Get a little something, number 8.
There you go. I started getting the crowd into things. Get the sideline fired up. There's still time here. It's getting windy. A little moisture in the air. Tent tried to just leave us. But still some time in here for BYU. Tent has left us for real. Hopefully it doesn't start raining here. And there's another quick goal. Look out now. BYU is right back in this game. 2 quick ones, got the lead to 4.
And guys, that's exactly what they were looking for on the faceoffs out of that earlier timeout we talked about, locking everybody off, forcing the faceoff man to find his help. That time he struggled with it. They were able to get the ball, turned into a goal.
And still 6 minutes to play. Man, things getting a little interesting here. And there's a great face-off win for Stevens coming down the other end. Gnor takes the shot. That one. Couldn't tell if it hit the pipe or if that one came off of Hampshire, but either way, pretty solid effort. Wind has shifted a little bit.
A little bit.
Hard.
Partner, a little bit?
It's only a little bit if you consider 180 degrees a little bit.
A little bit. Coming at us pretty strong right now. But none of the fans have left. This one's still a ball game. Starting to feel the excitement on both sides of the field. This next one's a very important goal for either one of these teams. The defense chant coming from the fans that traveled from Provo. That one looked like it might have been a little high. Timeout for Michigan State here. Like that call, Ryan?
I do like it. It's a little helter-skelter out there. Gotta get the right guys out there and get a good plan in place to take off a little bit more time.
We've got EJ around here listening to one of the huddles, but you see the coaches talking with the officials there as well. So interesting to see. I mean, the tide has shifted, as has the wind. So BYU maybe likes running into the wind versus going against it. But pretty good look so far for BYU as they cut the lead to 4. 5 minutes left. It's not over.
Certainly not.
focused.
Getting those 2 quick ones really helped a lot. The outcome or the chances of a comeback look a lot better on that scoreboard than they did 2 minutes ago.
Certainly do. You're staring 6 in the face with 7.5 minutes to go versus staring 4 in the face with just over 5 minutes to go. When you scored 2 goals in 30 seconds, you got to be feeling pretty good about your chances. And you said it earlier, BYU not a team that is prone to giving up. See how much time Spartans can take off the clock here as we see the double and the goalie shut off.
Very risky right now at this point in the game to have your goaltender out of the cage.
An off-ball mistake for Michigan State.
Nate Newman ran through the crease.
Can't do that.
Things are going to get really interesting if there's a goal scored within the next minute right here.
Certainly are. It's BYU hanging around. Labrum now with it. He's got the shorty matchup. Johnson rolling into pressure. He's going to be able to run this one down, though. 4.5 to play, 4 goals to score. Good body control from Westcott to keep the stick in his hand, losing his footing.
He's got a step.
And looking for Johnson. That one looks like it might stay in. And it does. Johnson get pushed there on the sideline, but he manages to walk the tightrope, stay in bounds. Labrum once again up top. Some of the fans getting to their feet. Labrum working from up top. And there's a flag down. No call on the push there, and there it is. Stop the play. The officials come together. Let's see what the call is here. Big hit coming across the middle of the field. The initial flag going to go against Michigan State. One of the poles lost his footing. See what the call going to be here. And 77 on the hold. That's going to be 30 seconds there. But inadvertent whistle stopped the play there. That's a tough break for BYU. They had a free possession, but able to get into this extra man now a little sooner. And there's a shot, backed up. 3:34 on the scoreboard clock right now. BYU working through their offense. Change direction. Severson with it. Labrum loses the handle. See if he's able to chase it down. And that's going to be playing without the ball, like Labrum kicked it. Michigan State working the ball up. Impressive speed coming down the middle of the field by Donovan.
You're going to have to pressure out. Going to get that goaltender out of the cage, go find a body. Double the ball. Not sure why BYU's defenseman 13 standing right in the middle. He's got to go down and double that ball.
Osterink turning the corner, running away from pressure, moves it. Braun now. Timer on. As we close in on 2 minutes left. And there's the shot. Hampshire able to eat it up. Got to move this ball up quickly. Off the bounce, nice handle by Severson. Severson going to work. Going to have to hit the cage here pretty soon. Johnson with the one-arm look. It's to Westcott. Now Westcott working from behind. Final 90 seconds of this one. Deficit still 4. Bernal, nice goal earlier, takes another shot. Bolin, stoned. Bauman out of the box, he gets the ball. Uses his wheels to get away. Nice cut back through, and he moves it. And there's a timeout by Sparty. It's a good timeout call. 57 seconds left on the clock. Spartans trying to put a bow on this one.
Boland, awesome save down at his end, as it should be after the day that he's been having. Got the first save of the game on a point-blank shot, 10 seconds into the opener. And then he just shows that he's, you know what, I'm still playing here. It's late in the 4th. Started out strong, I'm going to finish strong. Boland playing really well in the cage for Michigan State. The Spartans are looking good to move on.
Yeah, certainly, and you got Boland and Hampshire both playing well. But I think you're going to hand out a game ball. Hunter Stevens has been one of the guys that should be high on the list.
Absolutely, number 2 for Michigan State. He's been dominant at the face-off X. It's been a big difference in the game.
Spartans coming out here. You just need to see who's going to start with it.
Let's find out what we're gonna see here.
It's going to start with Osterink, guys. And he's going to swing it through. He's going to swing through X. If he runs into trouble, they want him to dump it in the corner, and they'll drop back and stop the transition. That's their big focus right now. Essentially, BYU can't win this without multiple transition goals. Back to you guys.
When you see that, you got Gnord out there on the offensive side. Osterink turns the corner, and he puts another one on. That's just frosting on the championship cut cake for Michigan State. It's been a week of firsts for Sparty. First trip ever to the Final Four, and they are on their way, likely, to their first ever trip to the championship game to face off with the Chapman Panthers.
I think that you could say it's going to be a little bit more than likely now.
It's likely to quite likely, I'd say.
Right.
Yeah. I'd give it about 95%.
Likely to quite likely. I like that. It's all about the likes here.
Indeed. We wouldn't hate you if you gave us a couple of follows either. BYU able to win possession there, and that one knocked down right away. Picked up by Gnord. Boland sends it in. And he's just throwing that one into the corner. And 23 seconds left on the game clock. I mean, at this one, you just want to make sure no one gets hurt at this point in the game. Would have digged that one out of the dirt. Here comes Johnson. He's going to shoot this. And that one off the mark. He pulled it. Backed up by Severson. 11 seconds left on the clock. Just about all she wrote for the Cougars season. Another shot. You can see the sideline starting to get fired up. Nice look inside. Boland up for the challenge once again. And that is going to do it. Michigan State Spartans on their way to their first ever MCLA championship game, where they will face off with the Chapman Panthers Saturday at 2:30. That's going to do it for the run that BYU had this season after knocking off the only other unbeaten team in Utah in their final MCLA game. BYU sees their season end here in the semifinals. And again, a couple of great matchups coming up in the championship game. We've got North Dakota State taking on St. Thomas, a rematch from earlier this season in the D2 final. That one at 11:30 and at 2:30. We'll have Chapman versus the winners of this game that you just saw, Michigan State, in what should be a pretty darn good game. Both those teams look very, very sharp this evening.
Absolutely. It's pretty cool how this all shook out. I feel like the two top teams are going to the show here. Michigan State was pretty good today from start to finish. Give it up for BYU too. They had a really good year, good showing here. Big win against Utah. I know that they're frustrated. Their goal, obviously, as a ball club is to win the title, but they played really good. Well-coached ball club, Coach Schneck.
Yes, certainly. And have to be happy with that. The season result, obviously, didn't come away with the championship, as it has on 4 other occasions for BYU, but certainly an impressive victory in their quarterfinal matchup with Utah. But that's going to be what they're going to have to hang their hat on, as Michigan State will live to play another game. But weather a little bit coming our way later tonight, probably into tomorrow, but we got lucky. Not getting any of the fireworks down on our side.
We got lucky. I'm not going to say that I wasn't scared a few times.
I can assure you that I was as well, Ryan. Lightning.
Those bolts were huge.
Yeah, a ways off. They had the old
ways off, filling
Doppler,
up the sky.
Doppler radar. It said never got any closer than 25 miles away. Is what we were hearing, but you could see it off in the distance. Didn't get any precipitation either. So that was another bonus for us here at the field. So hopefully that'll hold off on Saturday as well, as we're in line for a couple of big games out on the natural surface. Wouldn't want it to get too soggy, and already some issues with the footing. We're going to see Coach Holding talking with EJ over there as they are together now. EJ, take it away.
Coach Holding, congratulations. Really looked like a great team win there. How'd you guys manage to hold a high-powered BYU offense to 7 goals?
I mean, they have a high-powered offense. We have a high-powered defense. We had a game plan, and these guys just came out and executed, and couldn't ask for much more than that.
Again, congratulations. First time for the program, moving on to the national championship game. What's the message to the guys going forward?
These guys have earned it, man. They work hard. They earn every inch of this field, and they just got to keep doing what they're doing. They're having fun. We've got 40 guys. It's a nice team win, and they're together right now, and that's all we can ask for on that end.
Great. Congratulations, Coach. Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, guys.
Back to you guys.
Yeah, man, a few words. Coach Holding knows what he likes, and he likes to get the victory and move on to the championship game. But any final thoughts for us, Ryan?
Well, yeah, I thought, he was spot on with what he was just talking about right there. It was a very well-executed game plan. They played well all over the field. They got great face-off play. They did a good job clearing the ball. Their defense is high-powered, like he just talked about. They got some really good defensive players, and then I was really impressed with their offense, and they got some talented guys. Osterink is he's a really good player, that's a big body and can really bring it with some serious heat. So, like I said, I think we got the two top programs going at it on Saturday, as it should be, in the finals, and looking forward to a great game.
I certainly am, and looking forward to spending a couple more days with you here in beautiful Salt Lake City. But make sure to come back and listen to us and see the games on Saturday. That's going to do it for a chock-full day of lacrosse. 4 games, 4 teams advancing to the championship game coming on Saturday. For EJ Freeman, Ryan Powell, I'm Chris Marshall. Hope you had as much fun as we did, and we'll see you on Saturday.
I'm Greg Gorenlian, known as Greg Beast. I played for the New York Lizards. I just retired from the MLL, and I face off for Team USA. An elite level face-off man looks for a couple different things. The first thing is the pinch points of the head, the flex points, how it wraps around the ball. The second thing you look for is the scoop. Is it rigid enough and can it help you get an extra couple ground balls? The third thing is you want durability. You don't want to have to go buy a new head every few games, so this head basically encompasses all 3 of those. The Faceoff Academy put Command X's heads and their prototypes through the grinder. They lasted throughout the entire grind. They flexed exactly how we wanted them to. So not only were they pliable, not only were they durable, but they were also using in a lot of different facets. So it came out with a pretty good rating.
All right, guys, congratulations on advancing to the first championship game in program history. How's it feel? You still standing?
I mean, it's awesome, to tell you the truth. You know, first day in fall, you go into practice, have a team meeting, sit down, what are your team goals? You know, we want to win a national championship. So it's just a surreal moment to be in this position right now.
Well, obviously, you got a tough match with Chapman looming. How are you going to prepare over the next couple of days for this game?
Yeah, I think we're just going to go back to the hotel, hydrate, get prepared, and watch some film. We got a great group of guys here. We're really, happy with what we're doing so far. So, just on to the next one for us. We're really looking forward to getting a chance to get at them on Saturday.
You had a great game between the lines. Excellent work off the turf and in transition. What was working for you today?
Thanks. I just got to give a lot of credit to my teammates, our D-mids and our O-mids coming on and off the field, helping me out, giving me looks. Hunter Stevens at the Faceoff X absolutely crushed it tonight, making my job on the wings a little bit easy. So, I'm not doing that alone out there. I got to give a lot of credit to my teammates.
And Kev Bowling, fantastic night between the pipes.
Thank you.
I mean, what was working for you? It seems like they had no answer.
Yeah, I mean, going into the game, we had a pretty good scout in terms of what we wanted for their looks. So we had some good matchups, and the fact that we were able to force them to shoot from 15, 16 yards out definitely helped. So the biggest thing was getting the two-slide there. So once we got the two-slide, everything kind of meshed together, and we were just seeing the ball well. But a lot of credit for defense for sure.
Well, and it's tough to look at one save as one that really helped the momentum in your corner, but talk about that save you made 15 seconds into the game, point blank. How was it?
Yeah, definitely felt good. So as a goalie, you always have those jitters. You want to get that first save out of the way. The fact that it was a fast break from 7 to 8 yards out, definitely a confidence booster. Makes you feel good about yourself.
And Brett, you were seeing the ball look like you were shooting in the ocean tonight. What was it for you?
I mean, all credit to the teammates. It's getting looks from whether it be Nut or Chuck. They're just visionaries out there. I'm just reaping the rewards.
You guys, hot as any team in the country right now. How do you like your chances on Saturday?
Love them.
We're ready to go.
It's going to be a fun day.
Perfect.
Looking forward.
Anything else you want to let us know about?
Yeah, so can you guys talk about your team's face-off play tonight, just how you were able to kind of dominated the X?
Yeah, I mean, big credit to Hunter Stevens on that. That's a big individual effort. Me and the other wingers, he really makes our jobs easy for us. All we do is go out there and support him, do our best just to help him out. But he's a grinder. He's phenomenal. Honestly, it's been a pleasure playing with him all season, and I know he'll bring the same on Saturday. So we look forward to seeing more of him.
Sit down. Good catch. Like those hands?
Yeah. All about the boys. All about the boys.
All set?
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.